Hello, everybody. We all know now that the JEE Advanced exam is going to be on July 3rd. The announcement was made by the Education Minister yesterday. What we're going to look at is what are the implications of this, how are you going to manage time, and with vis-a-vis your board exam preparation, how much time you have, etc., etc. So we're going to look at those things. But before we do that, let's quickly look at the other announcements made with regard to JEE Advanced. What is the information that we have? One is that the exam is going to be on July 3rd, and this was expected because we knew that the last slot of JEE Main in May was from 24th to 28th May. So 1 week to 10 days for declaration of results and 1 month after that. So we were expecting first week of July, and exactly the date has come as 3rd July. So no surprises there as far as the JEE Advanced dates are concerned. But one good thing is that the Education Minister has lifted the suspense and has announced in advance. So it's a clear indicator to everybody that the academic schedule this year is going to be all right, and we're going to have a perfect calendar, academic calendar going forward. Now, what are the other announcements that were made? The other significant announcement that was made is that you don't need that 75% to qualify in your board exam to qualify for the JEE Advanced exam. So as it is, there's not too much of importance attached to the board exams. Now that whatever little importance is there, that is also gone. So 75% is not compulsory, that has been scrapped. Okay. The third thing is that there were some students last year who took the JEE Main, qualified in JEE Main, but did not appear for JEE Advanced for whatever reason. But because of the corona pandemic, they are being given another chance to apply directly for JEE Advanced. So these people don't have to go through JEE Main, through the JEE Main route, and they can apply to JEE Advanced directly. But that, I think, will have very minimal effect. But the point is that as far as eligibility for JEE Advanced is concerned, the top 2.5 lakhs in JEE Main 2021 will move to JEE Advanced. So in addition to that 2.5 lakhs, we are going to have some numbers here, but the numbers may not be very significant. Okay, so those numbers will be there. The other thing that we know is that IIT Kharagpur is going to coordinate the conduct of the exam JEE Advanced this year, and there are going to be two shifts as usual, paper 1 and paper 2. So the first paper will be conducted from 9 to 12, and the second one is from 2:30 to 5:30. So all of these things have been announced yesterday. Now let's look at the implications. Normally, as far as the board exams are concerned, from the date of board exams, we would be getting around approximately around 9 weeks for the JEE Advanced preparation after the board exams, because most of the board exams would be completed by middle of March, and the JEE Advanced would be in the 3rd week of May. So normally you would get around 9 weeks. But this time what's going to happen is most of the exams will start from mid-May and will go on till early June. So max you will get is 1 month. So you're going to get 4 weeks. So the gap after the board exam is going to get significantly reduced. So we are going to have at the most 1 month or perhaps 5 weeks of preparation for JEE Advanced. So don't count on that time for any major preparation effort. That will only give you some time for a quick revision, take a whole lot of part tests and grant tests. That's all it's going to do. It's not going to help you in terms of significantly preparing for JEE Advanced. So we don't have that kind of gap. But fortunately, we have to examine the other one, which is that the board exams have no weightage at all. So you don't have to worry too much about board exams. I know a lot of parents who make a lot of fuss about the board exams. They put a lot of pressure on their kids to take the board exam seriously and start preparing 1 month, 2 months in advance. I think this time students should have a smart time management plan as far as the board exams are concerned. Most board exams, this time are diluted. The syllabus is reduced. We know that the papers may not be too very tough. So you need to decide what is the minimal amount of time that is required, that is to be spared for board exams, so that you can time your preparation. You can start your preparation for the board exam accordingly, and then till that time, concentrate on JEE Advanced. And once the board exams are over, you will get around 4 weeks to 5 weeks. So that is very important this time. How you manage the time for your board exams and how much time you will give for JEE Advanced, until what time you will prepare for JEE Advanced before your board exams. Now, these are going to be very, very important matters as far as time management is concerned. So I would also request parents to not to fuss, not to give too much of importance to board exams. There's not much of importance for board exams, because getting 75% earlier also was not so very difficult in most boards. Even now, even that 75% is not there. So don't spend too much time on those board exams and concentrate on JEE Advanced, provided of course you are serious about JEE Advanced, provided of course you've got the capability to look at JEE Advanced seriously. If you're not sure of JEE Advanced, then it's a different ball game altogether. But those of you who are serious about JEE Advanced, you should be looking at a smart time management as far as your board exams are concerned. Okay, so that is one thing that you got to keep in mind. The other thing is that right now, the time frame for the entire engineering admissions is almost clear, because July 3rd is when you have the exam, JEE Advanced. I think max by end July, you will get the results of first week of August. And I think the web counseling will start immediately and web counseling will end by end of August. And that will allow the engineering colleges to start, the top engineering institutions to start from 1st of September. And there were some questions about BITSAT. BITSAT normally gets synced with JEE Advanced. So I think that this year also, BITSAT, we may have some slots of of BITSAT before July 3rd and a few slots after July 3rd. So mostly around that time. So I think from end June to second week of July, that will be the time frame for BITSAT. So you can assume that that will be the approximate time frame for BITSAT. Most of the private engineering colleges, they will have deemed universities, will have their entrance tests much before this date. And the local state level CETs, for example, MSET in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, may be sometime late in June or middle of July. So that would be the kind of time frames we are expecting, but maybe depending upon situation, there may be a change here and there. So all in all, we have almost the schedule for the engineering admissions this year almost clear. So now the ball is in the court of the students as far as the preparation is concerned. And as I've been saying in the previous videos, your February attempt for JEE Main is going to be all important, because March, just after 15 days after the February attempt, is not going to be so very significant. Your April and May, you'll be busy with your board exams. So again, they are not so very significant. So for regular students who are giving their board exams this year, February attempt is going to be very important, and you have to put your best foot forward as far as JEE is concerned in February. Of course, this time repeaters have got a major advantage, because they can appear for all the 4 slots of JEE Main. Also, they don't have this clash with JEE Advanced and the gap from JEE Advanced. They don't have to manage all that. So their preparation plan is very clear till July 3rd. So that's an advantage as far as the repeaters are concerned. Let's see how they use that advantage. All right. But even for the regular students, if you do some smart time management, you should not have any plan, you should not have any problem as far as your JEE Advanced is concerned. So all the best.